Hey guys, what's up? It's Taylor, and today we're heading to Japan. I traveled to Japan in March with EF Ultimate Break, which is a travel company for 18 to 35-year-olds, and I went with my little sister who just turned 18, so let's get into it. The flight was so cool with the Pokemon in the flight safety instructions, which I just thought was the cutest thing ever. And here we are getting into our first day. So here was our first full day in Japan after landing, and right now we're visiting the Asakusa Shrine. So this was honestly so cool because we got to see our first shrine, which was just in the middle of Tokyo, which was crazy. You're walking around the city and then all of a sudden you're at this shrine. And if you saw the fountain earlier, we also learned about the culture of Japanese shrines and how you're meant to cleanse yourself before going in. So you wash your hands and you're supposed to also drink from the fountain, which I thought was interesting. And we just saw all of the intricate details, which was so crazy to see in person. Here we got to try our luck with the fortune sticks, which was pretty cool. You get to see if you get a blessing or you get roasted and get a bad fortune basically. So you take this stick out and then you go to the little locker that matches the number that was on the stick and you pull out a fortune. I did pull a pretty bad fortune. I think I showed them here. So it was really interesting. We read them. There we go. So it wasn't the best. It literally says bad fortune on it. Chloe also got a bad fortune. And then if you do get a bad fortune, you tie it up on those lines there, and that's meant to leave the fortune behind. Then we headed into the shopping area and the markets, which was so fun, and it was just so crazy. And we got to try something that was on our food bucket list, which was these strawberries encoded in hard sugar. I know I look like I didn't enjoy it, but the sugar was so crunchy, so it was really good. And then we did some souvenir shopping for family members, got a lot of chopsticks to give to people, and then we headed over to Akihabara, which is Electric Town or Anime Nerd Paradise, as our tour director called it. And we also went to Shibuya Crossing, which is what these clips were from. So we got to experience the crossing, which was crazy. That's why my clips weren't that great. And then just kind of explored the area and got some coffee and hung out with our tour mates. And then
that we met at the airport, she had the little baby thing on her phone. Yeah, that's just an These go on your phone too? Yeah, I think they do. I love these things so much. So they're all made by the same company. Okay. Yeah. If you got the shark, I am gonna be so sad. I want the shark. No, I got the octopus. Oh, look, I got the little thing. Wait, you got the secret. Wait, really? I think you got the secret. Yeah, you got the secret. Oh, wait. Yeah, yours is a secret. It's not on here. She has a secret one. They go for a lot of money. Dang. So that's why I'm buying these Sunny Angels, because I want the secret one. Oh.
He's doing it.
Yeah. It's
so cool.
Wait, I'll show you. It's a little baby, and then it has a sticky thing, so you can put it on your phone, on your computer. And this has a sticky thing. I'm gonna put it on my computer. It's my little.
And here is Harajuku at night, which was really cool to see. So then we got some dinner. This was our first group dinner that was included in the tour, and you cooked your own meat on the little grill there. And these tables also had a faucet that dispensed sake, and we tried it. Here's the clip of that. As you can tell, I am not a sake fan, but Chloe loved it. Then we took our first of many 7-Eleven runs and went to bed. So then we spent some more time exploring around Tokyo and just seeing all the different areas, and we went into some crazy shops. This one was one of 50 different stores that were just full of claw machines, which was so fun. Chloe and I literally had to like stop ourselves from spending all of our money because we just wanted to win something in these arcade machines. Then, surprise, if you know us, you know we spent our free day in Tokyo over at Tokyo Disney Sea, and I'll be making a full vlog about that, so stay tuned. So then we were on to making our way to Kyoto. This was a boat ride across Lake Ashi where we were hopefully supposed to see views of Mount Fuji. Unfortunately, it was too cloudy and there was too much pollen in the air that day, but we did get a view of it from the bus. Here we were exploring it was like an old military checkpoint, so we were just kind of exploring the area and like reading about the history, and it had amazing views. Again, this is kind of where you were supposed to be able to see Mount Fuji. Unfortunately, we could not. Then we went to some sulfur deposits. So this area was smelling crazy, these hot springs, and it was known for their black eggs, which were interesting. And then we got to do some sake tasting, and it was on to the bullet train to head to Kyoto. Okay, our hotel in Kyoto was awesome. If you don't know, I eat gluten-free, and they had the best gluten-free breakfast, so I had to show that. And then we were off to the Golden Temple, which was honestly this was the coolest day. Sorry, this is the Golden Pavilion, not Golden Temple, but it's covered in real gold, and we were on a guided tour. So we had a tour guide who was telling us all about the samurai who used to live here, the emperor who used to live here, why it was built. And then we did a traditional tea ceremony, so we got matcha and to try these little tea cookies. I am not a fan of matcha, so this was more for Chloe. She loves matcha, but I did it with her and it was fun. And then we walked through a bunch of shops. This walk literally was so long. At this point, I was like, why are we making this hike? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I don't want to be doing this. But we saw some of the coolest temples when we got there. So it was 100% worth it. I believe that I don't even want to try saying the name of this place, but I'll put it on the screen because this was a really cool stop. And it just overlooked this huge valley. There were these huge temples, and we got to do this like fountain experience, which you see here. There's these 3 different streams that run off the mountain, and you choose one to drink from. There is wisdom, love, and longevity. You're supposed to pick which one you want, and then you drink from it and you get that. And if you drink from more than one, you're kind of like cursed and you don't get what was supposed to come to you. So we got to wait in this super long line and did that, and it was interesting.
How was it?
Good. Did you do it? We have love and wisdom now.
Alright, then here, this was probably my favorite stop. I know I said the Golden Pavilion was, but this whole day was just amazing. Again, I'll put the name of this location on the screen, but I believe it's Fushimi Inari Taisha, which is the famous 1,000 red torii gates. Like, if you see photos of Japan, this area is probably included in what you see. There are just lines and lines and lines of torii gates. If you don't know, torii gates are traditional Japanese gates that are found at the entrance of Shinto shrines, and they serve as like a symbolic marker signifying a transition from like worldly, mundane into the sacred space of the shrine. So these torii gates lead up. There's a really long hike you can do all the way up to the top of where the shrine is. And our tour guide gave us some really good advice if you ever visit here. He said, you know, you can see how crowded it is in this space, and then it kind of starts lessening out. So he told us just keep hiking up and the crowds will get lower and lower, and you'll be able to take photos that I'll insert here. But you'll be able to take like less crowded photos. And then afterwards we enjoyed some amazing street food that you saw there. Okay, so this was our free day in Kyoto, and Chloe and I packed so much in. First, we were off to a nail shop to get one of Chloe's nails fixed, but while we were waiting, we walked down to this huge temple, which was really interesting. Again, here's the fountains to like cleanse before you head in. But this temple was just in the middle of downtown Kyoto, and I loved Kyoto because although this was the same in Tokyo, Kyoto just felt so much less crowded, and we actually saw a Buddhist ceremony taking place. Then we went downtown, and here we were making our own perfumes. So we got to like test different scents and smell different mixtures, and then they made these perfumes for us. So this was definitely on our bucket list. Another thing that we did that isn't shown was going to a head spa, which was an amazing experience. Oh my goodness. If you can go to a head spa, if you visit Japan, 100% recommend. Just look up videos of it because it's so good. Then Chloe got these fluffy pancakes that she was really looking forward to. They looked and smelled really good. Kind of looked like a cream puff without the cream to me, but again, I don't know because I did not try them. Then, another highlight of the day, we stumbled across a cat cafe and it was so fun. We went inside and it was amazing. We really wanted to go to, in Tokyo, they had capybara cafes and we didn't make it in time, but the cat cafe, definitely worth it. This was one of our last full days. After this, we headed to Osaka, and honestly, I didn't record much in Osaka because we were exhausted from just traveling for so long. Oh, this was gluten-free ramen we had our last night in Kyoto. So good. But yeah, that is our trip to Japan. Chloe and I had so much fun. And again, we traveled with EF Ultimate Break. If you're interested in traveling with EF and you're from the ages of 18 to 35, I 100% recommend it. This was my third trip with them and I just had an amazing time. It's great for solo travel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But if you are interested in traveling with EF and you haven't before, you can find the code down in the description of this video to get $100 off your first trip. Bye, guys.